All right, let's do this. It is Friday. I told myself I was going to do another drawing colorful boxes video on Friday, so here we are. It's been a long day. It's like 10 in the evening and I'm just now getting around to this. And my dog is banging on the door because he's upset that I locked him out of my office. So hopefully this isn't overly distracting. Out of my list of everything that I have going on here, I think I zoned this one out already, so I'd have to go back through and do that. We're going to do Amazon today because during one of the streams, I noticed that Don's zones were different than what I would do. And so this is going to be a helpful one for me to compare and contrast, which I haven't updated my Amazon zones. I don't actively trade Amazon, um, which is mostly because during the before the split, Amazon was well over $1,000 a share, and you could see it was just sideways. Don got really good at trading this and made a lot of money off of this, and for me, it was always just too large to trade. Certainly wasn't going to be trading options on something like that. So the only Amazon trade that I've really ever taken was it here or it might have been here. No, it was here. I took a trade on one of these bottom zones and like ran it zone to zone and then just never touched it again. Which, I mean, that would have been a great one for the last couple of months just to bag hold, I guess. But so we're gonna go ahead and remove all the drawings, and we're sticking to the 4-hour charts just like last time. So let's do this. Now the tricky bit is we've got price action from all the way back here that I think is going to be pretty relevant to where we are right now. And then we've got some of this newer stuff. Plus, I mean, I guess the question is when something splits, well, yeah, the charts don't change. So I'm assuming the zones don't change. Like, would you zone out something pre-split and assume that it's going to hold the same weight post-split? Um, I don't know. That's an interesting question. So let's go ahead and start picking out stuff. Consolidation, consolidation, consolidation. I like this last one the most, which happened to be right before earnings, of course. So earnings sent it to the floor, but we've got that. We had a little fake out here, break up, just barely missed a retest on the top. I would be tempted just to do that, just so we touch it, which is probably a terrible habit to be in. Like, let's just fudge the zone a little bit, but oops, I forgot I can zoom like this and it doesn't scroll around as much. Yeah, we got a little bit of interaction here, broke up, and then never actually came back down to retest it. So this is pre-split. We have, this catches my eye right here. We pushed up, we consolidated, we launched, and then we retested it right here and right here. So this little bit of price action, wonder what that looks like on the daily. It's just one sideways day. That might not be a whole lot to go on, but it looks like that level gets respected a lot. Oh, come on, don't do that to me. I'm gonna stick some lines on this. Which captures that right there, that right there, and we come back down and look at that. Perfect interaction. This consolidation, we just chop between those zones, push up, consolidate, launch up and out of there, come back down, hang out for 4 hours and then break down through, and then earnings sends it up again. We come down here, we hiccup inside of that and then come back down. So that's the only thing that I'm not so wild about is later interactions with that zone. Like that's not a super reliable, like it's gonna turn here, but look at that. I'm gonna keep it. Maybe that should be a speed bump. I'm gonna label it with the blue zone for now and see how I feel about it. And then this one was, I found that through this really. Right? That's where that caught my attention. And then, man, The more that I look at that zone, the more that I like it for the newer price. Actually, hit, rejected, hit. Okay, there you go. So that played out pretty well. This bottom zone feels a little bit wide, but I grabbed it off of this price action. Remember that part where I moved that line? It would make like $1 difference, if that. Not even $1. I'm gonna keep it. Um, I really like this zone. Man, that's crazy. I grabbed that just off of that. Okay. Anyways, let's not get too astounded at my own genius just yet. Um, so we push up. We got something going on right here. It's not super clear. We got interaction, interaction, interaction. This consolidation tells a story. That to me is we came down. But see, I struggle with that because I keep finding these points of consolidation right before earnings. So let's see what happens later. Consolidation. So we try to break below it. We get bought right back up. So we come down below this. We actually wick to the upside, and that's indicating that we're coming down to this main zone here. Break straight up and through it. There's probably something going on right here as well. We'll come back to that. Consolidate on the top, send it, come back down, test it, send it back up, test it, send it back up. So there's definitely buyers showing up there. Buyers showing up, nice strong wick. Buyers showing up, consolidation failed, gap down to the next zone. Can you imagine, like, you bought here, like, yeah guys, type 2, gap down, and then you just, especially if you panic sell right there, and then it just sends it back up to the next zone. Like straight through that middle zone. That middle zone's kind of throwing me off, but except for the more recent price action makes a lot more sense. Yeah, I like this zone. So we're gonna keep that. Where did I find that? That was back. Really found it primarily back here. So is that just the secret to Amazon zones? Is let's look at earnings, right? So earnings is right around this time. And we're gonna look for consolidation just before earnings. And then that'll just be the zone from then on. Nothing really stands out to me. It gets choppy as all crap through here. I really dislike chop like this because I find it so hard. Like my eyes get attracted to the peaks, and so I find myself wanting to do something like, hey, I'm gonna grab this as a zone because that's where it turned around before. Um, and I mean, look, it kind of respects it. Actually, that's not terrible. That's it keeps like getting just below it and then getting bought right back up. Look at that. What is going on right there? It is so consistently. That's annoying. It's that right there from all the way back there. We're gonna fudge that just a little bit to really capture this consolidation. There's probably something in between there too. I really dislike this. There's something going on right around here-ish. And I'm looking at this base out right here. I'm looking at all of the times that it's come down, base, 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 base. Then we get up above it, so that becomes completely irrelevant. This gets a little choppy. I don't like that very much. Let's get back to... Oh, we're nowhere near there, are we? Man, if you've been bag holding Amazon this whole time, you're having a bad day, aren't you? Oh, sorry, I just haven't hold my watch list up the whole time. We're gonna keep that, and I think that's gonna be plenty of zones for now because I doubt that Dawn has that much more going on there. But I forget where I initially grabbed that from. We're just gonna do it from there. So there you go. Those are my colorful boxes on Amazon. I did not draw this same box. I didn't go back far enough, and this in the zone that I had on there, you can go back to the beginning of the video before I deleted everything. That was more of a type 1. I think Don's zone is actually that one. I think I'm pretty darn close on that. I don't know what he's doing with this consolidation here. So let's go ahead and pull up Don's charts and test my work on the 4-hour. Get rid of the RSI because it's really stupid. And boop. All right. Okay, so Don, I didn't go low enough. Don's got it one more. He's got a zone down there. I probably should have looked for more things. Let's just play the game and see if I can figure out where Don grabbed that from. I'm gonna go ahead and guess it's right here. I could probably figure that out by just looking at where my crosshairs sync up on the other side. All right, let's go back over here and see if I'm on anything. That's okay. I see where he got that from, I think. Does he? Oh, he's just looking at this right here. Once again, assuming that the beginning of the zone marks where he got that zone from. I know that's a habit that he was into in the past, and it's something that I've picked up to help me with my own charting. So his is an ooch higher. Wonder why. And an ooch lower. I would almost be tempted to do that just because the last time it came down there, but that's not really where that consolidation came in. So we'll just do that. He did capture that, didn't he? So his zone was this, leaving a little bit of gap around the type 2. But the top of his zone is higher. Why though? What point of consolidation is going on here? Because it's not like he's capturing all of this. I don't understand what he's... I wonder if there's any rhyme or reason to that, or if he just, happened to stick a line on there and that became the zone. It lines up pretty darn well with more recent price action though. Like, I can't argue it. I'm still kind of fighting with myself over this. So why is this not a zone? He's got that as ping pong between two zones. So his zone is down there. He's got nothing in the middle. So, okay, Don, explain yourself. You've got tug of war happening all day long. I mean, not even all day long. That's actually an understatement. It's like 4 days of tug of war. We shoot up, we come down, we do it one more time. We never touch this zone, but the buyers show up anyways. So like, I'm just confused. I could see, I mean, I see the top. I don't think I'm that far off. The top of his zone goes further up. Where's he getting that from? Recent price action. And by recent, I mean 8/15/22. Let's zoom out and get over there and see what's going on. Is that right here? So he's capturing this right here as the consolidation. So if I had to guess, I grab mine from further back. I grab mine from, I mean, look, this is that one weird zone that I grabbed from all the way back here, the rally base rally, that turned into just a zone that keeps getting respected over and over and over again. Over and over and over and over. So I understand why his zone is, I mean, his zone's basically the gap that I have between zones there. I can see it looking at that more recent price action, but I still struggle like I can't argue with this one either though. So like I'm struggling right now because Amazon looks like a great buy, even though in on Don's charts, right? This is going to be let's get over to where it's at right now. On Don's charts, this is between zones. So like everything about this really um just from a zone-based perspective, if you were going to trade this, you should be looking for a short position because you'd be looking for a pushback up and a retest and a sell-off down to the next zone where you'd actually load up long. My thing is this zone's done. Like in my opinion, for the overall trend, right? If you're going to trade a bullish trend, I would be pretty concerned if we dropped all the way back down to here. I would be looking more at this right here. This consolidation catches my eye so much. I mean, look at that. Boink, boink, boink. It consolidation, and like I said, that for me is from a lot further back, or at least the zone that I have on there right now. So I mean, maybe Don would consider that a speed bump. And once again, that kind of does come back to that question of does something that occurred that zone, like I said, I found this from way back. That's post split. That is years ago. Does that carry the same weight as more recent price action? But I mean, this recent price action right here catches my eye. Like if I'm looking for a dip buy on Amazon, I probably want it right here, and I'd probably have my stop like right there, which would be stupid because then you're stopping down right before the next zone. But I don't know if I trust the next zone, and maybe that's just a failing of price action on my part. So Don's next zone up ends a little bit higher. He's grabbing that from this price action. I've already gone over why mine. Oh no, sorry, that's the rally base rally that I found from years back, right? This is 2020. Look at that. That's 2 months later after that rally base rally. We even got buyers here. Buyers showed back up there. That zone's still working out great. Look at that. Almost a year later. Works out just fine. And now we start getting weird. And then earnings breaks us out of our consolidation. Perfectly respected. Perfectly respected. Perfectly respected. Sold us off today. So, I'm keeping that zone. I like that. That to me makes a lot of sense. So Don does not have anything higher up on the charts. So I guess if anybody wants to, grade my test here, grade my homework, and tell me how I did, that middle zone almost feels forced. It carried a lot more weight back here because that was the dip buy on a million different occasions. It's carrying less weight now. That middle zone's almost a speed bump at this point, right? Well, we haven't gotten up there in years, so who cares? We'll we'll worry about that when we get there. Well, can I do this without bothering to actually fix the whole zone there? It's a blue-purple zone. So when price action gets there, you flip a coin and see what direction you're gonna trade it. um, so there we go. There are my zones versus what Don has going on. Unfortunately, his zones are all further down. I went above the price. I didn't go below the price, so that wasn't the best test in the world. But Once again, Don, you gave me awesome feedback on Airbnb when I did that one. So any feedback you have for me so I can get better at drawing colorful boxes would be greatly appreciated. For my fellow zone colorful box artists out there, if anybody has any feedback to make my colorful boxes all the more accurate, by all means, share them in the comments or send me a DM in Discord or something like that. In the meantime, I plan on doing about one of these a week. I find it to be really helpful practice. I'll have to remember to go below the price next time to get the most out of it. And yeah, we'll see where it goes from there. So I hope it's beneficial for you as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.